What's up? What's up? What's good, people? This your boy Scott Lewis, Apartment Gaming and more Brooklyn Nets Stoop Edition here with John. What's up, John?
Hey Scott, good to be here. We got ourselves a little tanking going on right now. Got some players now out of the game. Apparently, Noah Clowney felt his ankle, so either your ankle's not working or you just decided to sit this one out for the team. Regardless, shout to you, Noah.
Yeah.
Gold stars.
It's Michael Porter Jr. in tonight's lineup.
He's out too.
Okay, all right.
And Nick Claxton is out too. So this is all a rookie-led
Okay,
team with Terrence Mann
about
co-starring.
time. About time. I want to talk a little bit about Nolan Traoré.
Hmm.
His gameplay has been improving. I didn't realize he only averaged 1.5 game. He played 10 games so far. I think it's 10 games so far. Let me make sure. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, 10 games. He no, he played 30 games, but I guess they counting everything, right?
Hmm.
The minutes he's been playing on an average of 20 minutes, 7 points. Field goal percentage is 38.8, say 39%. 3 points, 3 point percentage is 32.6. Free throw percentage is 79.5. Rebounds 1.6. Assists 3.4, which is pretty good. Anything over 4 is good. Steals 0.1, 0.4, excuse me. Blocks 0.4. Turnovers 1.5. A symbol of a true point guard. Maybe one to 1.5 is the what you want to be on average as a point guard in the NBA. What you think? Yeah, I mean, I truly think that we might have our point guard.
I think the rookies are still trying to figure out a lot of things, but Nolan has definitely been impressive lately, that's for sure. Like he's third right now in rookies in assists. They
Right.
posted that up recently, so that's huge for Nolan. His playmaking's been great. His finishing at the rim is a lot better. He still needs a mid-range game of some sort, but there's a lot to like what Nolan's doing right now. I mean, you got to call the kid what he is. He is LeBlanc out there on the
Yeah.
court. He
Yeah,
could be a
that's right.
speed demon when he wants to be. So progress wise, he's good. I'm not going to give him the point guard role yet, just because this upcoming draft, there might be a couple guards we might want if we do draft near a certain range. So
Yeah.
that's still up for debate. But right now, Nolan's making a strong case. It's just that backcourt of Nolan Yeager long term. Is that the balanced product we want? Because they're both ideally point guards. Yeager has been more of a scoring guard, but having a guy 6'9" who's a lottery pick be a scoring guard, I feel like that's a stretch when he could potentially be maybe a small forward wing or be like a mix of a guard, wing, and point guard in some ways. So, like, I feel like Yeager fits positionless basketball a bit more than Nolan because Nolan is more of a point guard for us right now. I just think that combo of Yeager and Nolan, I don't know if that's his balance long term as a Yeager Drake Powell type combination because Powell's defense would be good to pair with a Yeager in the backcourt. But I think right now, Nolan's definitely making a case to be a point guard of the future or be a solid backup. I just think right now he's taking the opportunity, making the most of it, and his progress has been good up to this point. I just am not going to call him our point guard yet until we see how this summer plays out and how the pieces fall going to next year when we're supposed to be winning. But right now, he's doing good in development for sure right now. Scott, can you hear me?
All right, I got you. Yeah. Down. I'd like to say hello to Down Under. Let's go. That's what's up. I still think we blew them away. What you mean by that? Down Under. What you mean by that one?
He thinks
Uh,
we'll still out tank the other team by beating them.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The good thing is that our rookies are going to get some light today. I'm quite sure. I mean, I think that from the rest of the season, this is pretty much like off and on with some of the players, Michael P. and the rest. so we can give an opportunity for them to learn a little more and see where they're going to see where if where they're going to be at as far as the rebuild is concerned.
Most definitely, and it's about in protecting the slaughter pick for sure. We want to get the highest possible potential franchise game changer. You don't want MPJ or Claxton ruining that. I just feel bad this front office didn't do it a few tank games sooner. I guess now is better than never, but after this All Star break, this should be the model going forward. MPJ and Claxton's minutes get monitored, they get rested a lot, and you let these rookies keep battling with each other to build something. And if the rookies somehow pull out a win here or there, that's on the rookies in development, even though if their other team is out taking us by putting like 6 or 7 players, then you still get a little irritated at the end of the day because you want to be able to protect your lottery pick, and these other bad teams against us might just throw us wins when we don't want those wins. So still a lot to be figured out, but the rookies definitely need all the playing time in these last 30 games to build continuity for the future. We don't need MPJ or Claxton ruining that at this moment.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Nolan and Igor and Wolf. They should have a good game today. But the Pacers are sneaky good. And the thing about the Pacers, they've been playing well. They beat the Knicks yesterday. So I don't see it being a cakewalk. I really don't. I mean, it's going to definitely be a test because they guard players. They have um intelligent guards and they play defense.
The only problem is they're resting most of them tonight.
Yeah, they probably will.
No
Probably.
McConnell, no Pascal, no Zubats, Halliburton, of course.
Oh, so
Halliburton
they in tank
defense
mode
playing.
too. They in tank mode too.
Of course. They got their pound of flesh yesterday embarrassing the Knicks. Now they have no problem throwing us something so they
Oh
can
yeah,
protect their lottery. Because let's remember, their lottery pick is essentially in gamble mode. If the Clippers secure 5 through 9, they get that pick. If it's 1 through 4, the Pacers not only keep that pick, they get a potential generational talent to pair with Halliburton. So the stakes for the Pacers are very high in the games that they don't win, as opposed to the ones they want to screw around and try to win. So yeah, I feel like they might try to throw it tonight just because all of their top guys are pretty much resting. So yeah, I feel like our rookies might even have a shot to upstage whatever they're throwing out against us tonight, just because they rested all their core guys on the Pacers side.
yeah. Listen, I really believe they need to do something about how they do this draft because really these teams it's messing with their integrity of the game. I
They
mean,
should have addressed this last year, Scott. I mean, these are two generational drafts. The time to address it was before. After that role player draft, that's when they should have started fixing things. Now they want to talk about it's a bad thing. They've allowed this to fester for years and decades. And now with two game changing drafts, they want to talk about it, but not do anything about it. So talk is cheap for me right now. Actually implement punishments for teams that do it blatantly and negligently against the sport. Like,
yeah,
that needs to be addressed. So I understand why this organization on our side tries to be prideful because they don't want to just look like they're doing what they're doing and they feel like that's going to penalize them. Hell, we didn't do it last year. We got screwed for it. We should have been selfish in doing it last year because we would at least got bottom five,
yeah,
bottom
yeah.
five odds, which would have given us a top five pick. So we should have been selfish last year. But I do agree that there needs to be a change sooner rather than later on this whole tanking stuff because it kills the fun of the sport for a lot of teams, a lot
Yeah,
of fans who want to see their teams play.
yeah, actually, when you think about it, down under made a good point, is that the team that got the number one pick, they wasn't tanking. They
Right.
literally got the number one pick. So you don't know which way to go with this, but I'm just in general as we play the games, we don't want to see teams not play their regular starters.
Of
That's
course.
kind of crazy. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing if I got a ticket, I want to see Pascal play. If I got a ticket, I want to see Michael Porter Jr. play. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying. That's what's tanking the game. I mean, it takes away from the game itself. That's what I think.
I agree. It's just these protection picks like make a lot of teams in the bottom want to be even more worse because they don't want to give away that pick to another team that's potentially in the lottery with them. So yeah, it definitely sucks with these protections and how some of these picks are built. But this is why after this year they definitely should address it, because I don't know when you'll never see historical drafts back to back, but still you want to make the sport better longevity wise, so every team feels like they're competing at the very least, not just half the league dies in a quarter of the season. That definitely isn't fun for a lot of people, especially the Brooklyn Nets. Like, I want us to be playing fun, competitive basketball because that should be the Brooklyn culture way of doing things. But unfortunately, our organization made the deal with the Rockets to get our own picks back, and you have to maximize those picks by being bad because you want to get generational talent because that doesn't always come along in a draft. And this draft might be deep in some areas, but that top four doesn't get any deeper than that in importance of talent.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a draft you don't want to miss on. So we have to do this, unfortunately.
Look at Nolan. Nolan, I mean, that was a great move against the Bulls. And that's what you was talking about. He improved around the rim
Oh, most
because,
definitely.
yeah, because before he was like, it seemed like he was waiting for somebody to come, but now he's not waiting. He's decisive with his move. When he gets to the basket, he either weaves around or takes it. Once he see a hole, he's gone. He is lightning. Yeah, I honestly, I really believe that he might be better. He's going to improve. I really believe that.
He definitely wanted to keep improving, and I think he even said the game is now slowed down for me a bit. I got my legs under me. I kind of know where I want to go in the interior, and some of these other teams are going, "Whoa, I did not expect that," because he's now knowing how to control the speed of his own game. And I think once he masters that more, he becomes a bit stronger. He might be able to really attack people in the interior where they just can't stop that
I think
assertiveness.
I
So
think him
he's on a
and
good track right now.
yeah, I think him and Jago would be a good backcourt.
In long term, though, the only problem is, do you really want Yegor to be a scoring guard only when he is 6'9"? That's my only kickback about that. There's so much
I
more
think
there with Yegor's game.
yeah.
We should
I
not just
mean,
limit him. That's my only
but the
thing.
beautiful thing about it is that both of them can pass very well. So I mean,
Yeah.
that makes them versatile. I remember you said that we want positionless basketball, and that would be positionless in the backcourt. Only
Well, with
thing is,
Yegor, it's positionless. With Nolan, he's more of a point guard. I don't know if he's a scoring guard until he really shows versatility on the
until he
offense.
show you
That's the only
right,
thing.
exactly, his outside shot got to improve.
Yeah.
But I mean, he
And
showed
defensively, there's some things too there they have to work on too.
he's deceptively he played pretty good defense against the Bulls. I thought he
No, he's no
played pretty.
slouch on defense, but you see Drake Powell just how good he is on defense, and you kind of don't want to relegate Powell to just be a backup because you kind of saw him. His confidence got shook there a little bit after he was rewarded the starting role and then kicked back to the bench. Like you see him defensively, he's a counterbalance to Yegor's offense. He'd be a counterbalance to Nolan's offense. Like theoretically, if we rest MPG the rest of the way, you could start Nolan, Powell, and Yegor together. See what Yegor could do at small forward. Even though he's not ready for it, you could actually allow all three of them to play together. I would want to see that just to see if maybe those three guys could find something together. I just wouldn't want to regulate Powell to the bench like definitely. I got to see like more of what the combinations could be. But Nolan Yegor works on offense a bit. It's just how does it work on defense long term? That's the only kickback.
Well, I hope the Nets organization learned something from last year when they didn't want to sit down players
Mm-hmm.
towards the end of the season and try to get a better odds. Um, Honestly speaking, I think they did learn for Sean's safety sake. he better hope he better hope he do because it means a lot for them to get a high draft pick this time.
Scott, you see that face of him? That's the face of a man who's overwhelmed, who doesn't know what he's doing. 10 years, Scott, with his resume, one player where no other GM in any sport right now has employment if they had that record. Like, whatever dirt he has on Joe, whatever their working relationship is, it's insane that he's still getting paid to be the GM of this team when really a lot of his moves just backfire. Like, even if we get a top four guy, I still would want a new GM to construct the winning team. John Morris has shown us he can find some diamonds in the rough. He's also had a lot of failures in the draft, but his biggest problem is he doesn't know how to build a sustainable roster. And you cannot be the GM of a team if you can't build a sustainable roster where the players are locked in contract wise for multiple years. Like what was the most longevity wise a player's been on this team? Nick Claxton in 5 to 6 years?
Yeah,
That's not saying much. That's really not saying a lot.
yeah. We got Leaf in the house. What's up, Leaf?
Hey, Leaf.
What's going on with y'all, man? Just wanted to tag more of my stuff earlier. I am going live tonight, youtube.com/at Lee4788. If you are gonna subscribe, beware.
Yes,
I'm telling you
check
right now.
check out Leaf.
Um
It's a good show. It's a good
and
show.
yeah, it is a good show, and I'm actually planning on doing a review of my own after the game, and but I gotta make sure I do it kind of silently because I do have the games on kind of record, and I could just turn the sound down and just get do play by play and
Oh
do
yeah, I want to
review
check it out.
session.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
everybody check it
definitely.
out. I'm gonna
And
be there.
shout out to before I get started, shout out to my man NYG of Unpopular Sports. He hooked me up with the brand new Lee Diggy thumbnail for the
Oh,
new
okay.
videos, man. Yeah, so my thumbnail's real. I'll start creating more, start playing around with it a little bit, man. But shout out to him, shout out to all the boys and all the gentlemen at ADSN. Shout out to Coach. Shout out to everybody over there at Man Cave, man. Shout out to the Blue Fellas. Shout out to everybody that do a lot of New York sports over there. Those some good guys. That's the ABSN network, man, on Aboriginal Sports. But if I need to get into what I'm about to say, because it's obviously going to be, I feel like we're going circles in with this draft stuff. I
You
just
think so?
need a
You
lot of.
think so?
I know so, and the reason being is this because a lot of Nets fans don't put themselves in a position of the NBA front office. And I mean that by saying this. You don't put yourselves in the NBA in the state of the NBA front office because at the end of the day, no matter where we finish, the NBA decides whether we get one of these four guys. That's
Right.
just that plain and simple. The NBA decides whether we get one of these four players. Because at minute, if we finish dead last, at the minimum, we only guarantee fifth if we finish bottom of league.
Right.
We
Right.
guarantee fifth. It's according to the rules or whatever. So if you are put yourself in the NBA front office's position, why would you give these two idiots one of these four players? Well, come on, man, the Nets deserve it, man. Y'all had three guys and y'all screwed us out of TV money, and you didn't accomplish anything with that. And you're down $2 billion from a year ago, 2 years ago. So what are you doing for us? These are the questions
Well,
that we need to be asking ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
they need to fire Sean Marks. I don't care what Joe has to do. Social media has basically made it known that they don't trust this guy. They don't like this guy. Forget the Cam stuff. Forget all the other stuff. Our longest tenure net in the last 10 years has been Nick Claxton, who still can't hit a jump shot or three-point shot. That is nasty. When you see all the talent we've had that have funneled through this team, great elite talent that haven't been here for more than 4 to 5 years, that's on the GM and his inability to keep players here long term because they don't like them. So regardless of where we finish, top four, top five, hell, even six at worst case scenario, this guy's got to get out of Brooklyn. He is not the GM to construct a roster. We've seen it leave 10 years. We ain't going to see it 10 more years. So Joe Tsai needs to wake up and make the right decision. Get a new set of eyes and somebody with a brain that can build a functioning roster regardless of where we draw it, because it starts with the front office, and they're the constant problem right now in 10 years.
Well,
Mm.
Joe Tsai, in order for Sean Marks to go, Joe Tsai will have to go as well, because he's just as responsible for the destruction of the big three as he is. Because he played the
Hmm.
politics game, bro, and he played the political game while Kyrie was under duress against the city and the city rules during the time of while we was trying to go out there and compete and this, that, and the third. And a lot of people is to blame in this, man. Listen, you could blame our big three because they were considered Cam Thomas's bets, and every last one of them came here and got their way, even Ben Simmons. And Cam Thomas saw that and he thought he could replicate it. And it turns out he can't. His ass is shipped up north in some of the nastiest weather, bro, like that I've seen in my life. in Milwaukee. And he barely plays up there. He had 4 minutes the other night when they played Orlando. He's probably going to get another 4
In the
minutes tonight.
fourth
And
quarter, he played the fourth quarter.
Giannis is not even playing. So realistically, his bet is already made. And then on number 2, if Sean Moss has to go, then that means that that ownership has to go as well, because they've been locked in. They've been combined in terms of, all right, yo, we giving these big 3 players what they want. We trading them at the deadline. Right. I don't see Milwaukee trading Giannis at the deadline. I don't see Memphis trading Ja Morant at the deadline. I don't see New Orleans trading Zion at the deadline. They still holding on to them. Why? Because there's TV dollars in this. There's business in this. People, as fat and nasty as Zion is, people want to see him on the basketball court.
That's true.
As out of control as Ja Morant is, bro, people want to see him on the basketball court for the Memphis Grizzlies. Right. It's much as confused and quote unquote as a company man that Giannis has become. People still want to see him in a Bucks jersey on a basketball court and on these TV games. So I didn't see none of those teams that are basically understudies in terms of market value compared to us trade none of their stars. But yet we traded all 3 of ours that just chose to come here and try to help win the championship. Injuries got in the way and a whole bunch of other stuff. And we screwed the NBA out of TV dollars. So I'm going to ask the Nets fans that are listening again, if you are in the owner's seat of the NBA, you are running an LLC. And then knowing the Nets, knowing Sean Marks and Joe Tsai, both of them are involved in this, did what they did. I'm going into law and order mode right here. Why in the hell would you give them one of these 4 top players?
You wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
This discussion, this fantasy that we got in our head is only built on hope and nothing but. It's only built on praying and crossing our fingers and nothing but. We got to hope and pray, and a lot of us don't even go to church. You got to hope and pray that the NBA front office is as forgiving to us as they are to a lot of other teams, because Memphis, Milwaukee, and New Orleans could have traded their top commodities at this deadline, and they could have been going through the same thing we going to. Hey, Milwaukee, what are you doing? Giannis is on TV. Why are you costing us TV dollars? Ja Morant is on TV, Memphis. Why are you costing us TV dollars? Okay, you traded Triple J, that's fine. But nobody came to see Triple J. They came to see Ja Morant. Excuse me, New Orleans. So what are you doing? Why are you trading Zion at the deadline? We have him for TV games. They didn't do that. We did. Yeah, we did it twice. Why?
Not once, but twice.
I'm going to ask this question when the draft conversation and one of these 4 players to come up, because we do not need to be paying attention to them at all, because they are not going to be here.
Yeah,
that goddamn simple. The end.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they get some mercy, but you right, Leaf. They be right not to give us nothing, because they ain't losing anything. The Knicks are doing well. Seats are selling. Money is being made. They ain't got no reason to give us anything.
A damn thing. Damn thing. Nothing.
I agree.
We don't deserve a damn thing. We screwed them out of TV dollars.
Yeah, I know.
And then we tried to make up for it this past preseason by going to China with the Suns. You think they get the Suns something after they just fired? They got they damn owner and all the situation that happened with them. Did the Clippers get anything when they fired Sterling? No.
Yeah, you got a point there.
Those 2 teams knew that they had to compete, and they had to go keep competing. Kawhi Leonard did not get traded at the deadline because the Clippers had television games.
Yeah, we definitely,
More do I got to prove to our fan base that we're not getting none of the 4 players that y'all said that we supposed to have. None of them. The drafted players that are here right now, and the drafted players that's going to come, there's probably going to be another number 8 pick. Those are the players that we're moving forward with. Focus on them. If you don't like them, you better learn to like them, because they're going to be here until we start spending money. The end.
Yeah. But you know what, Leaf? I ain't going to lie to you. they probably better off spending money because that's their MO anyway. That's their MO. I'm looking at tonight's game and questioning even why the Pacers even show up at the stadium. They know damn well. Look at this list of the people that's out. McCollum is out. Nembhard is out. Neesmith is out. Siakam is out. Zubac is out. I mean, come on.
Look at this.
This is crazy.
We are
It is the sickest tanking. It is the sickest tanking you will ever see in your life. But this is what it's about. People can cry and moan about changing the rules.
Yes.
That's for years later to figure out. Not right now. They had 2 years earlier to figure this out. They didn't. You have to play the rules you're given. Our rules are take as bad as possible. At least secure no less than top 5 this year. At least come away with a top 5 guy. Don't come away with 6, 7, 8, or 9 and expect Sean and Joe to say everybody's happy. We're not going to be happy. We're going to want somebody to be in charge of responsibility for this horrible, crappy failure if that's what happens. And it ain't gonna be us all just waving our hands, being excited. Like somebody's gonna have to account for this if this does not go in our favor on June.
Look what Down Under said. I bet if there was an Asian guy land in the number 1 spot,
that's crazy. Yo, that's crazy, man.
No, we can't say that because that would have been the year that we traded up in the draft before this past draft where we drafted 5 first-round picks and we would have got the legendary Zach Edey. That's what would have happened, bro. Like so I don't need to hear that at all. The bottom line in this whole scenario is we cost the NBA TV dollars, and you're seeing teams that are basically in the middle of the pack and struggling, like the Clippers who did not give up Kawhi, like the Bucks who did not give up Giannis, like New Orleans who did not give up Zion, like the Memphis Grizzlies who did not give up Ja Morant. They have TV equity. They have TV dollars into this. At some point, Giannis is going to get back on the court. If not, then that means the Bucks don't have no draft stock anyway, and they worse than enough. And they still didn't trade Giannis. Because it would have been bad business to trade Giannis in the middle of the damn season. That's why we didn't get nothing for Kevin Durant and Kyrie. It's because we were supposed to trade them at the end of the season where you get the most shit. Go look at what Utah did when they got rid of Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. They got plenty of equity for it. Pay attention.
Yeah, that's true.
I would say this, May 10th. I will say this for the unfinished business, like Leaf just mentioned, with Kawhi, with Giannis, with Zion, the guys that didn't get traded, or Ja Morant. Like May 10th is going to let a lot of teams know, tanking teams, middle of the pack, competitive teams, potential championship teams. They're in the lottery right now with us. They're going to know where they stand before June, and if teams feel like they're either at the rebuilding end of things or the competing or contending, I think there are going to be some big moves before draft night, which you wouldn't expect given how historic the top is. But based on where teams fall on May 10th, I think there could be a lot of activity with stars being on the move for top picks or top picks being selected to pair with said stars. I really think there's going to be some seismic shifts this summer because these certain teams can't stay with these superstars, especially stars that want to get out of said team. So I think May 10th will tell us a lot about where teams are going to be on the competitive, on the tank, on the rebuild, or in championship contention. So I think there's going to be a lot of activity after May 10th because I think some teams are expecting to really bank out on this draft, or they're expected to break stuff up and start anew. So I would say buckle up because there's some big names Leaf just mentioned that are on teams that they don't want to be on right now. So I think there's definitely going to be activity after May 10th.
Well, Sean better get busy.
Yeah, and now look where we are. Back begging for free agents, back buying stars so we can stay competitive, back buying people so we could keep. I hope that we keep some of our draft picks later on when this shit finally blows up and we build a team, do free agency and do money and dollars again, because that's the route that we seem to be going. Nobody is in love with none of these rookies, bro. It's not. Most of our fan base is not too excited about none of these rookies, and they're not too excited about what we know that we're gonna get, bro. Like come this upcoming draft, we are not getting none of those 4 players, bro. At best, we probably might get Mikael Brown, and I've seen Mikael Brown, and he does look, and it's a lot of this draft that does look impressive. I give you that, but in reality, we only got one shot to get this shit right. One damn shot.
Yeah,
And
one shot.
to be quite honest with you, that route I'm aiming to, if whoever that we draft ain't providing the type of pressure that from the 3 point line that Con Knuckle and goddamn Trey Johnson is providing, bro, then this is a waste of time.
Yeah. Yeah, Gallo was saying, but if Brooklyn had a good team, it's going to make the NBA money, though. Yeah. Well, they making money anyway. They ain't losing nothing.
We making money.
The Knicks are making plenty of money.
And we making money and we costing money at the same time. You just heard me say this time a year ago we was a $7 billion grossing franchise. Today we are at $5 billion. Within 365 days, we are $2 billion down. You lose $2 billion, bro. I don't give a shit where it is. You lost $2 billion. $2 billion. It's a negative $2 billion is negative $2 billion. I don't give a shit where it is. What line of work you in? That is a L.
That is a L.
That's an L.
That's an L.
That's like the Golden State Warriors right now, who are making almost $9 billion, and Curry retires, and the team is not competitive, and they go all the way back down to 3. That is a loss.
Yeah, that is a loss. I don't care how you look at it.
I don't care how you put it. It's a loss.
Wow. No. Yeah, he probably sell the team then, for sure.
Listen. While you playing, the Buss family sold the Lakers for $10 billion.
Yeah.
Whoever owned the damn Celtics, they sold that for $7 billion after they won the goddamn championship.
Yeah, they probably didn't see no more money making.
Exactly, because the CBA is designed for you to get your dough and get the hell on. It's designed for that. That's why you've seen 3 teams change owners in the past couple of years. That's why you've seen that. The Seattle Seahawks just won the Super Bowl. Guess what? They changing owners. They up for sale.
Wow. I guess you got to strike the coal when it's hot, right? That's what you're saying.
Yes, you got to strike while the iron is hot, bro. Like, yo, let me go get my chicken right now. All right, yeah, I'm out of here.
Yeah, because you lose money real quick.
Get your money and go, because a $2 billion, nobody can afford to lose $2 billion. Nobody.
Yeah, that's true. So that's a lot of money for an owner to lose.
Can you say it again?
I mean, Scott, what Lee's saying is valid. Just Sean and Joe, they've been at the helm for 10 years, haven't built anything that's sustainable for this team. And you figure you were a big market financially a few years ago. You're actually losing now in the market. So something has to change, because as good as we can believe the Agor, Nolan, Wolf, and Powell can be integral pieces, they need a main piece or another main piece to bring that all together. And it's good we have a young core, but you need the right amount of pieces to help push this forward. A Terrence Mann, a Nick Claxton, a Michael Porter Jr., like what are we trying to be, the Eastern Conference Sacramento Kings? Look at them right now. Look at all the talent they got and how bad they are.
Sacramento Kings. We know that.
Ouch.
Oh,
that's nasty.
Yeah, that is true, though. You got a point there.
We was the Eastern Conference better than the Los Angeles Clippers. When have we been anything?
Yep. What I wanted to say, I only had the lottery paid. Only the lottery pick might save us, Gallo. And what's up, Gallo? I meant to tell you what's up.
Elio, what's going on, man? At the spot that we drafted, we are actually good picks outside of Saraf at this moment. Hey, listen, the only person I don't believe in is Saraf. Saraf is not an NBA player.
Yeah, he's showing up.
I don't believe in. But
I don't believe in it. Yeah, the other ones are connectors, you know.
Listen, and they are connectors right now, and they have the opportunity to go further with their careers. But as of right now, the only 2 things that we need to be focused about on that as Nets fans, because the CT life is done. They 8 feet in the grave, bro, and they not coming back. And I'll be damned if they do. And if they try to come back, bro, guess what? I'm gonna throw some more goddamn dirt on them and make sure they stay down there. Cause I'm tired of hearing them too. They just as responsible for this shithole that we in as anybody. I'm blaming everybody.
Well,
Everybody get a bullet as far as I'm
yeah,
concerned.
I moved on. That's
So
it.
the reality is what I'm looking at now in the rest of this draft, because we are gonna have a top 10 pick. I'm looking for who is the best wing shooter in this draft, because let's face it, bro. Like, the Wizards and the Hornets struck gold, and people think I'm joking when I say this. Steph Curry broke the 3-point record 3 years ago. Today, bro,
Right.
it's already 3 shooters in the league better than him than he ever was, and 2 of them are rookies.
What three you
The
think?
other one is MPJ. I strongly believe
What's the
that.
three? What's the
I
three
said
that you think?
the three is Con Kneppel, Trey Johnson, and
Okay.
MPJ. They way better
Okay.
shooters than Steph ever was. The reason being is because I don't believe that Steph could. If Steph had 3 back surgeries like MPJ had, he'd be in a goddamn wheelchair. He wouldn't be playing basketball. He'd be in a wheelchair if he had 3 back surgeries. MPJ is an absolute warrior, bro, and I'll never forget this, bro. I remember this. I remember these moments, and in this run that he's having, I remember this more than I value this more than anything Cam Thomas ever done for the Nets. Anything. The reason being is because there's no way you could tell me that a dude with that back history and that history on the left side of his body, he wears a leg brace that only stroke victims wear to help them walk again.
Yeah, that's true.
And he and at his best, he was 26-8. For this right here, for this. I keep telling people play their best basketball when they're here. You could argue that Kevin Durant might have played his best basketball when he was here. You could argue that Kyrie Irving might have played his best basketball when he was here.
Scott, you heard what Leaf is saying right there about MPJ. As good as he can be as a third option or pretend number 1 option, his time in the NBA for being in Brooklyn is not going to be more than 10. It's going to be less than 10 years on this team right now. Even if he signs a mini extension, he's not long for the NBA in the next 10 years. Now, maybe he gets to 5 or 6 if he can stay healthy, but this just goes to show you want to invest in talent that's going to be around Brooklyn for a long stretch of time. And for MPJ, it's a year-by-year thing, like you said. If his back holds up, he's going to play. If it doesn't, obviously he's going to make personal business decisions like with buyouts and whatnot with money. So we should not be giving this guy a 4-year contract if his body cannot hold up for the rest of the way, if he's going to keep getting burdened with this fake number 1 responsibility.
Yeah, I agree.
This is nasty.
He ain't no 10 years.
This is nasty. This is nasty. This is nasty.
What's that?
This is disgusting. I don't know if y'all see who this is. Hold up. There we go. This is disgusting. Why would I want to sign this dude? Y'all see this?
Yeah, who's that?
Is that Jeremy Sochan?
This is nasty. This is how low we've gone. This is how low
he can't make free throws. Well, I already have Nick Claxton who can make free throws.
This is how low we've gotten, bro. This is how low we have gotten, bro. Like, listen, man. I'm not gonna stop, but listen. This is home. This is home, bro. Like, and I think I can say this for all 3 of us, for Breeze, for Jay, for anybody that we've ever been on these podcasts with and ever been in these threads with, bro. Like, this is home. I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, I ain't going nowhere. Neither.
So I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy to be switching teams, bro. Like, I'm too lazy for that. I'm too old for that shit. I am. It is what it is. So the reality is that I can believe in everything that the Nets are doing, but I don't have to front line and stand behind the dudes that are running it. Just because you can bake a cake don't mean that you're required to run a bakery.
What's up, Javon? What's up, Javon Ship? What's up?
Javon, man, what's going on, man? Like just like bro, like we gotta remember that in the back of our minds, bro. Like just because you
A
can bake
kid
a
said,
cake
a kid
doesn't mean
said,
that you're required to run a bakery.
a kid said you make a terrible
Yeah,
dinner guy.
I wouldn't go after I wouldn't go after Jeremy Sohan either. I
You're
haven't
right.
seen a
I
lot
do
from
make a
him in the
terrible dinner
Spurs.
guess
Like
because
I wouldn't
guess
do
what?
it.
Guess what? If the front office and the ownership is at that table, bro, that whole table getting flipped over.
You
Ain't
think
nobody eating.
they all get it, right,
Nobody
Lee?
eating. Or everybody getting it. You right. You are 100% right, Jay. I make a terrible dinner guess.
Yeah, like
Shit.
Leaf is saying, Scott, we shouldn't go after everybody that's available. That's a former lottery pick. Like with Zaire, it worked out for him being a role guy, but we don't want to go after every former lottery pick and hope they can meet a potential that they couldn't meet on a previous team. That doesn't make your team better long term either. So I would stay away from that. Just like Leaf is saying, we got to make smart decisions this summer, and we only have $40 million in cap space to spend this summer, which isn't a lot to get big upgrades. So if there's one upgrade to use their cap space on, it should be somebody that would help the Nets be closer to a play-in or maybe near the seventh seed or something like that in a play-in situation.
The
Yeah.
upgrades is gonna come from trades and building chemistry
Right.
around them trades and fitting with the players that you want to move forward with. You have to find somebody. Leafs only getting a glass. Bro, I'm taking. Guess what? I'm not getting a glass of water. I'm taking everything off the table. I'm bruh man. I'm bruh man, and everything in your refrigerator belong to me. Leave me alone. So I mean, listen. Leave me alone, bro. Don't bug me out with your silly comments, bro. I don't want to hear this. So, in reality, bro, we got to go for team chemistry, bro. Like that's what it seemed like to me, because nobody had the Phoenix Suns making the playoffs. We thought they was gonna be bottom of the league.
Yeah, that's true.
No, but nobody had certain teams. Nobody had the Charlotte Hornets doing what they're doing. We thought they were gonna be bottom of the league again.
Yeah, listen,
Nobody had Washington and Utah doing what they were doing, making the trades that they were making. We thought they was, and they still taking. The Utah tank job is oh my god.
You know what's so great? You mentioned the Suns, Leave. Guess who's the head coach of that team? Jordan Ott, a former Nets assistant coach. And you mentioned the Hornets, Jeff Peterson, who should be the GM right now. Like, it seems when these guys leave our team, their team succeed. Like, the common denominator, is it the guys that are wrong with the system, or is it the two guys at the top that are the problem with the system? I think the answers are pretty simple at this point.
Yeah, I don't know a kid that the two new guys are playing.
Hey,
they should get some light.
I'm not taking sparkling water back. I'm taking everything off the damn table. How many times I gotta tell you that? Everything that you were supposed to eat at the table, it belongs to me.
The Grub King.
But I don't know.
Cookies, it's mine. You get cake, it belongs to me. I'm broke, man. Everything in your house that is food belongs to me.
Oh, this is legendary.
You ain't earned it.
That was amazing.
Everyone's eating steak. Okay, that's good. That's good. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. Something got to shake, because I ain't gonna lie to you. If it doesn't, we're gonna be in purgatory for a long time, man. I ain't.
It's
gonna
the
lie.
moves they make in summer, Scott.
Might be in purgatory for the rest of this decade, but I highly doubt it, because we're known for getting disgruntled. At this, the regime that we're in right now is only for disgruntled stars that are on their respective teams right now, or guys that are injured, bro, like, or third options, and we somehow make them first options, and then we shit the bed with them, or we turn them into second. We turn fourth options into third options, and third options into twos. We keep getting fourth options and trying to turn them into ones, but the shit is getting ridiculous. And I meant to add, Candace Parker, Doc Rivers, and Blake Griffin are the finalists for the 2026 Hall of Fame. I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of disgusting.
Wow, that's kind of weak.
Outside of Candace Parker, man, that's kind of stuff. I'm not putting Doc Rivers nowhere. Blake maybe, because I forgot Blake had a good college career. So
yeah, he did have a good college career.
Blake had a hell of a college career. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You're right.
Doc Rivers had an early in the season, but as he got older, it didn't manifest well to me. But hey, it is what it is. Then wasn't
Spe-
Doc playing for the Knicks?
Doc was playing for the Hawks, the Knicks, man. I don't think Doc is going in as a player. Doc has got to be going in as a coach
He's
because of
going in as a
08.
coach. Yeah.
He got
His
to be
coach.
going in as a coach because of '08, bro. Like
Yeah.
08 is the only reason why he's going in. It's the only reason why Paul Pierce is in. It's the only
Yeah.
reason why,
His time with
like, a
Boston
lot of it, yeah.
was memorable.
Yeah, so I mean, shout out to Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, KG, but I'm leaving Doc out. Anybody could have coached that team. I'm leaving.
Yeah, that was a great team too.
They coach themselves, bro. Like, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Like, it was
that was a
like
good
you
team.
playing all the veterans that they had on that team. Sam Cassell coached that team, man. If anything, and he was in a jersey.
Yeah. We ain't going to even talk about Cam, but I'm gonna put this up there. Down Under was saying, "Yeah, good to see Cam still playing on the bench." Yeah.
They needed a stat pattern. They needed a stat pattern in Milwaukee, and they chose Cam. That's all it is. They'll pay him. He'll get some shots up in the next 2-3 years while they're rebuilding. That it's a win-win for both sides because Cam is there to sell tickets.
I think he's about to be bold. He's about to be.
Listen, but if he have one of those 40 games, he'll sell some jerseys. They'll keep him another year. You know that because they're going to be rebuilding anyway.
Exactly.
The only person that's selling jerseys in that building is Giannis. Nobody's buying the Tim Thomas jersey.
As long as he's there,
until
right?
Until Giannis leaves, bro. Like, Giannis,
right?
Giannis is not even in the lineup, bro. Like, and Cam Thomas can't even crack 15 minutes, bro. Like, this is ridiculous.
You know, when they play him that fourth quarter off the bench, I'm like, they really wanted Cam.
well, listen, he probably, Doc. You know how Doc
played him in the fourth quarter in garbage minutes. Yeah, Doc is told to do that.
Doc is prone to destroy your career.
He is prone.
He'll finish it off. He
made Ben Simmons retire early.
Doc is definitely the finisher, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
He's a finisher. Like, he is the finisher.
If you need a fatality done on a career, bro, that you don't want to see in the league no more, bro, call up Doc. He'll take care of it. As Ben Simmons. As Ben.
I can just imagine Doc Rivers gets fired and he goes to Sacramento to coach the Kings. I can see that. That would be horrible.
Yeah, Doc is the Reaper. You ain't lying. He's a Reaper, bro.
Doc will always get a job in the league, bro. Like,
I don't know if Cam should have took that one.
He's the only person that get fired. Yeah, me neither. He's the only person that get fired and then get rehired.
I think Cam should have.
I would have told him
I would have took China. Fuck it. There's a lot of money in China. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't. A lot of people sit back and say, "Oh, you'll play overseas." You be surprised. You get fuck around and get a statue and everything. Man, they'll love you over there. They will love you over there. Yeah.
I don't got no love for Stephon Marbury out here eating Vaseline on camera, bro. Like, I ain't doing that, man. Like, just, but real rap, he did it though, man. I mean, he got over there, got his glory, and that's what he said. After want to come back to the league, he said, "Why would I? Y'all ain't want me when I was cold, man. Why would y'all want me now? Why y'all want me now?" So I mean, good luck to Cam though, man.
Good luck. Yeah, I'm not mad at him.
I blame. Yeah,
it was the organization.
I blame everything around Cam. I blame the veterans, the so-called dudes that were supposed to be veterans.
The Hall of Famers.
Kyrie Irving got to Cam Thomas bad. You think about
I blame the front office.
I blame the front office.
Definitely, I blame Kyrie. I blame James Harden. I blame the front office.
Yeah, you can blame all of them. You can blame the coaches, the two coaches he had.
I blame the outlandish ass CT lifers that thought he was going to get 15 million. I told you he was not. He was offered 14 million for each year. It was 2 years, 28 mil, bro. And it was. And when I said 15 mil, bro, everybody said that's disrespectful and this, that, and third, man. And I was right again.
I ain't gonna lie to you. He should have took the money. He should have
because at least he would have had something to work with. Like, look with Kuminga. They wanted him out. He got his money in the end. He still got his money, even though they didn't want to play him.
Money, bro. And now Kuminga's about to be a part of a dunk fest in Atlanta, and I can't wait.
Yeah,
I
he'll.
can't wait. I cannot wait, bro. Kaminga is one of the players that I want to see do very, very well. And
Do
I
you think
think he's
Atlanta's
about to
going to
get.
keep Kaminga long term, Leaf, or is this a short term? Just was a trade, a bad trade for a bad trade at that point. Do you think Atlanta actually sees potential in
Um.
Kaminga?
Well, I don't. Well, he's not in the lineup. I think he might have an injury, man. So that's a
Yeah,
good
they're holding him
question.
out right now. Yeah.
They are kind of holding him out right now.
He'll be a god in China. You ain't
Doc
lying.
Rivers, Doc
I tell
Rivers
you
freaky ass
this.
man. I don't know
Quick,
what
quick,
it mean to be in the Hall of Fame.
wait. Let me tell you this. I know we don't like Kristaps Porzingis' health situation, but he's probably going to be the best available center this offseason. Do you think the Nets are anyway interested in getting KP as a temporary starting center at a cheap bargain this summer? Yes or no? We just leave that away.
It depends on the asking price. I ain't gonna lie to you. It really
Right.
depends on that. Because we got to remember that he won a championship, so there's an incentive there.
Right.
Even for injured players, it's one of the reasons why Kaminga got played because he was part of a championship team. It's one of the reasons why MPJ is making 48 million, even though we know he ain't worth all of that. So I mean, it is what it is, man. Like we understand the incentives when it comes to the CBA, bro. It's point blank range, but it really depends on the asking price, man. I wouldn't want Kate. I wouldn't want if I'm going for a veteran center back, he better be on a cheap. He better not be a championship winning center asking for a whole bunch of money just because we got it. It's one of the
Yeah.
reasons
I
why I
agree on
said
that.
yeah. So it's one of the reasons why I'm saying I'm not really saying yes to KP. It's one of the reasons why I'm definitely not saying yes to Hartenstein because he won a championship as well, and he's looking for some more chicken because he's looking to go to a team that has the money to pay. The Nets are starting to become a team where you go to go get your money and go get your stock back up and go somewhere else.
That's a damn shame too.
That's what it's starting to look like. It's starting to look like a franchise where
A step,
look,
a stepping spot.
yeah, it's starting to look like a spot where you get a big ass contract that you know you don't deserve, and then you go somewhere for a competing back to a competing team, and they could barely afford you, and then you might win a championship with them, and then they go over the apron because of your contract, and now they got to get rid of you because you make too much money.
I do agree. I do agree with Leaf on that. Like, if we could get KP at a bargain, I'd be open to it. But we only have $40 million to work with. That's not a whole lot to get a whole lot of depth. So if you're going to use it to get a center like KP, get him at least under $20 million, maybe 2 years or something like that, like a short term thing,
Exactly.
which would work for us. And having KP kind of
Exactly.
works because he shoots a lot of threes, but he gives you an interior presence, which we need right now. We have no other big on this team that can go up against a Duran or a Turner or anything like that. So a KP is not a bad way to go for the Brooklyn Nets. And he's a Euro guy. That kind of works.
Yeah. You think we should have went for Kaminga?
I don't think we had to. I just think we didn't want to give him any long-term money. But if he's a free agent this summer, it'll be very interesting to see if the Hawks do value him as a long-term fit or not. And for us, we kind of have MPJ at the 3, but if you trade MPJ, let's say this all season, then you have an open spot at the 3, which could be for Dabonsa or a wing. But if you don't get those wings, then Kuminga as a free agent, maybe you could get another bargain deal or something like that. But I don't know. I think there's too much baggage with his ego personality that I don't think the Nets would want to touch, honestly. So I don't see it right now. But Kristaps Porzingis, though, as a free agent addition, I see that, especially if we can move Claxton in the offseason. I would definitely do that move. Imagine having Noah Clowney next to KP or having Danny Wolf next to Porzingis. Woo! Okay.
Yeah.
Wolf and KP would be fun, too.
Yeah, that would
I'd be open
fun.
to that.
I'm open to anything right now, as far as I'm concerned. The way the Nets are looking, it's just experimental now. We're in new waters right now. So that being said, the game getting ready to start. I'd like to thank everybody that was there down under. We had down under. Javon Ship was there. A-Kid. We had Gylo there. I'd like to thank y'all guys for showing up all the time.
Facts.
I'd like to thank John for showing up like clockwork. Thank you, John. I appreciate you. I really
No,
do.
I appreciate you, Scott. You always welcome great Brooklyn conversations. So this is definitely a good platform to have those good conversations. So I appreciate you for just being a gentleman, being a basketball aficionado, and always saying your piece, but respecting others too at the same time. So shout out to you.
Yeah.
Shout out to the guys that always show up here. And if you ever want to talk fun basketball, everything BK Nets on Twitter, marching to 500 followers. So if you haven't seen my content, please do, because I try to deliver the best Brooklyn Nets content I can each day. So shout out to you guys that do follow. And to the ones that haven't, check it out as soon as you can. Everything Beacon is John. Shout out to you, Scott. And let's
Yeah.
tank Brooklyn.
Yeah. I like to say, oh yeah, Don, down under. At least I'm enjoying the rookies. I really am. I really am. So let them play. Let's see what's going on. What's going to happen. I like to thank Leaf. Leaf is going to cover the game, so I'm gonna check Leaf out. And I think he said his channel. So I have it in the descriptions if y'all don't. If there's a link to a description to this thing. Um, we'll see you later. Like and subscribe, share. Thanks, guys. Love y'all. Peace.